Hey everyone, before we kick off today's podcast, we've got a fun surprise lined up for you. Somewhere in the episode, we've sneaked in a secret ghostly guest. Can you catch it? Drop a comment below with a timestamp if you think you've spotted it haunting our audio. Oh, and while you're at it, don't forget to swing by our Patreon or Ko-fi for some extra special content. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into this show.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed in this episode are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Black Cat Crossing Podcast. The information provided in this podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. All rights reserved.
Welcome back to another episode of Black Cat Crossing Podcast. We're your hosts, Barry, Z, and Sully. And today we're going to explore the haunting story of the Flannan Isles Lighthouse mystery. Sit back and prepare yourself for a tale that has puzzled investigators and intrigued the world for over a century.
Nestled on Eileen Moor, one of the Flannan Isles off the rugged west coast of Scotland, the Flannan Isles Lighthouse stood as a stalwart guardian, its light piercing through the darkness to guide ships navigating the treacherous waters of the North Atlantic. Constructed in 1899, this beacon of safety took a bizarre twist on December 15, 1900, into the mysterious, forever altering its story. The steamer Actor, passing through from Philadelphia to Lee, encountered the first sign that something was amiss on the desolate Flannan Isles. The ship's log noted the absence of the lighthouse beam, which is, of course, unheard of, particularly in poor weather conditions. Little did the crew of the Actor know that this observation would be the initial thread to unravel a mystery that still haunts maritime history.
Okay, pause. Wait, what is an actor? A steamer actor. What is that?
It's the name of the ship.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so the ship is a steamer ship, and yeah, the name is just Actor.
Oh, I don't know if our audience could be like, "What the fuck is that?" Like me. You know, keep going.
Upon docking in Lee on December 18th, the unsettling discovery was promptly reported to the Northern Lighthouse Board. The urgency of the situation prompted the dispatch of the relief vessel, the lighthouse tender Hesperus. However, nature, as if cooperating with the emerging mystery, impeded their efforts. Other adverse weather conditions prevented the Hesperus from setting sail as planned on December 20th, delaying its arrival at the Flannan Isles until noon on December 26th. The Hesperus crew, expecting the usual routine of a welcoming party, found the island eerily quiet. The flagstaff, devoid of its flag, stood as a lonely sentinel against the barren landscape. The usual provision boxes, which were usually meticulously left on the landing stage for restocking, were conspicuously absent. The most chilling revelation awaited the crew as they ventured further into the heart of the mystery. None of the lighthouse keepers, James Ducat, 43, Thomas Marshall, 23, and Donald MacArthur, 40, were present. The island, normally manned by these diligent keepers, seemed to have swallowed them whole, leaving only an eerie silence in their wake. Captain Jim Harvey of the Hesperus, undeterred by the ominous signs, attempted to reach the keepers using the ship's whistle and flares. Yet, the echoes of the signals only reverberated through the empty air. The island, shrouded in mist and mystery, held its secrets tightly, refusing to yield any clues to the fate of those who were entrusted to keep its light ablaze. Over time, a story has emerged, suggesting the existence of unusual logbook entries that, if true, would add an eerie dimension to the events surrounding the disappearance of James Ducat, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur.
The aliens took them. Sorry. Sorry.
It was the Greys.
I'm horrible today.
Inside the lighthouse, the investigators made some eerie discoveries. The entrance door was locked from the inside, and there were signs that something was amiss. The kitchen table was set for a meal, as if the keepers had been abruptly interrupted. 2 of the 3 oilskins, essential for working in harsh weather conditions, were missing.
Wait. What the hell are oilskins?
Like rain gear.
Yeah, like a type of poncho.
Ah, okay. Because I was picturing something way different.
So let me.
But okay.
So the only reason I know what an oilskin is is because I read a ton of Jane Austen fanfiction.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's something that was like a common term then.
It was. They used it a
A
lot.
raincoat?
Yeah.
Because they didn't. Because it wasn't a raincoat then. It was an oilskin.
and I had to like highlight it on my Kindle to see what it meant.
What it was.
Yeah.
I can just see the husband now. What the fuck is an oilskin? And you're like, no, it's not what it seems. I promise you. It's like,
Okay,
mean,
then.
Like I was reading it and I was like, okay, like in the context of what this is, I think this is what it is, but I should probably make sure.
okay.
Why would seasoned keepers venture out into the unforgiven elements without their essential gear? Oh my gosh, my redneck just came out. Did you hear that? Unforgiven?
I heard it.
Loved it.
That was the Appalachia. All right.
I like that.
All right. It was as if an urgent situation had demanded their immediate attention. The clock had stopped. The hands frozen, perhaps mirroring the moment that normality ceased to exist on that remote island. Time had
Told you.
What?
Sorry. The aliens took them.
Oh.
They're the only people who could stop the clocks, okay? The only people.
We don't
Okay.
know that. It could be another time type of anomaly.
Are you saying time shifters? Are you going to
It's
say that?
possible.
Oh, okay. Can they make time stop right now? Because it's going way too fast. By the way, I'm just saying. I'm getting way too old.
Time is
Way
going.
too
This night is going.
You're
so fast.
the youngest. Isn't she like the youngest in the 3 of us?
She is.
But
Hush, hush, Barry, hush.
I feel older than all of you guys. Just saying. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Okay. Time itself seemed to stand still, leaving only questions in its wake, and the heavy iron railings surrounding the cliff edge were damaged. A physical manifestation of some struggle or disturbance. It suggested a forceful encounter, but with whom or what? The cliff's edge, a place that had witnessed countless storms and challenges, now bore witness to a mystery that transcended the natural perils of the sea. Additionally, the Lighthouse logbook, a written record of the keeper's experiences, held entries that sent shivers down the spines of those trying to unravel the mystery.
Okay, I'm going to insert here because whilst we were reading that part about the heavy iron railings, kind of like, and for it to show a physical sign that something wrecked into it, being what it was, I would imagine that it's of course embedded into concrete along the coast.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
along the. So, what do you guys think in regards, just based off of not knowing anything at all? And I wouldn't imagine that like a fierce storm, say, you know how the waves crash into this. I wouldn't imagine that something like that would wreck
I mean,
the building, the railing that bad.
I imagine that it could, but
Maybe.
it would have to be really bad, like
And then,
hurricane bad, like bad hurricane bad.
yeah.
I still disagree because I feel like in an instance like that, because it is true that waves can crash and can cause massive devastation, but I feel like something has to be thrown against it to actually walk the railing Like it could be maybe I would understand if the wave crashed like a large rock or something into it,
Yes.
or like a vehicle, but didn't mention any. I don't think there were vehicles on the island.
There were definitely
Or,
rocks,
or
though.
yeah, okay, so maybe it was a rock, but there's no mention of the rock either. But let's go on. The logbook.
What if it was like a really huge animal?
But like
Okay.
what? Because
Could
I
be.
think
What if, the sea was unforgiving and it threw a freaking whale at the house, okay? It could happen. I'm
I
sorry.
think these. I think when it comes, would you be? You'll be surprised to know that it's mostly like the upper layer of the sea that's really really bad during storms. So you can, I guess, things like whales and other animals and stuff like that, sea animals, would be swimming in the lower calmer areas, sections of the sea. Yes, the tides may be strong or whatever, but it would be more towards the surface. So even a wave wouldn't. I am not disputing the fact, or rather, I am not discounting the fact that it might just be a sea monster. These things, it's possible. Maybe it
Ursula.
was a giant octopus.
Did you just say Ursula?
I did to send them to us. We're broke.
Could be her as well.
Could be a mermaid. Oh, we're
All right.
horrible.
Sorry, Z.
We're horrible.
Where was it? On December 12th, an entry documented severe storms, which was a common occurrence in those turbulent waters. But the unsettling part was the description of James Ducat being very quiet and Thomas Marshall crying. The psychological toll on these seasoned keepers, as evidenced by the logbook, painted a very haunting picture. Why was Ducat unusually quiet? What had prompted Marshall to tears? The entries for December 13th were said to amplify the mysterious atmosphere. The supposed logbook entries claimed that the storm persisted, with all three keepers engaged in an unusual activity. They were praying. This was perplexing. There was the fucking redneck again. This was perplexing. This was perplexing. Given their seasoned experience and the fact that they were safely ensconced in a lighthouse, a secure structure 150 feet above sea level, it was as if the very elements they had battled for years had taken a toll on their spirits. What happened in those subsequent days? What forced these men to abandon their routine of recording the daily challenges and triumphs of lighthouse keeping?
I will interrupt her again. I don't think that being unusually quiet or crying or even praying during a storm is anything that is unusual. I have sat through a hurricane. It wasn't anything as bad as what we've had. Like it wasn't like I've been through a Cat 5, but I didn't get the full brunt of it like how other places were. That shit is scary as hell. And I'm sure you guys have experienced too, like really bad storms, and you figure,
Nope.
like, am I even going to live through? You haven't?
Nope.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I get.
You should move to the Caribbean.
No, I'm good.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
This is why I make sure where I live doesn't have really bad storms.
Yeah, no, it is scary. So I can understand why that they'll be quiet and crying. And I imagine too, when you're scared, you pray, whether you're a believer or not. You
Right.
you pray
You are
to,
praying.
you pray to something.
You are
Yes.
praying to the trees.
Yes.
Trees.
You pray to something. So if it's a case where it was like really horrible storms, severe storms, even being in a lighthouse is no guarantee. Particularly even if it's 150 feet, you're basically on the edge of a cliff. The wind is howling, the waves are crashing, and you can hear every single thing. You can hear the waves, particularly because everything is silent.
I mean, I can kind of see maybe like the crying being out of character for a seasoned lighthouse keeper, because I mean, I'm sure you've been through tons of storms on that lighthouse.
Right.
So I guess it would depend
Yeah.
on like was he sobbing crying, or was he like
Tearing up, crying.
yeah, like starting to worry crying?
Because
Yeah,
yeah,
I think it's maybe the latter. Maybe he was like worry crying.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe it was just like
Maybe he was an
very
emotional
bad-
man.
That too, but it also could be that it must have been. I still stand that the storm must have been just a little bit more than they
Normally would experience.
Yeah.
yes, enough to put fear
Yeah.
into them. And just the mere fact that the crying was actually noted in the logbook.
Excuse me.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting it from here too, where it's like the storm like took a turn for the worse.
Mm-hmm.
So they were starting to get a little bit more worried than normal.
Yeah.
But yeah. I personally, I don't think I could live in a lighthouse personally, because I don't really like water.
I don't like water. I can't touch the bottom of.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, same.
Okay. I can go swimming in a pool, but not at night.
Why isn't the pool lit at night?
Because you can't really see what's in the water. Even though you could touch the floor, you can't see what's in the water
You
at night.
can if there's lights in the pool.
No,
Yeah, that's what I was-
like to me, it's never lit up enough. It still scares the crap out of me. I don't know why. So, yeah, I don't know. I never liked lakes or ponds or pools.
The only water that really like worries me is like the ocean. Just because
Nope.
I don't know what the hell is down there.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows what the hell is down there. They're always finding
Yeah.
something that they thought was extinct.
Okay.
Right.
You should also be worried about the sand. What's under the sand
Right.
in the ocean?
Oh my
So-
god. No.
I
Okay.
watched a
Rats?
video the other day. Oh, so I've always had this thing where like I won't go any further than I can touch because in my mind I can run fast in the water. I don't know, I can't. But I watched this video the other day of a shark like almost up on the beach in the shallow where I would 100% be. And it was swimming so freaking fast. And my first thought was, oh my god, I could not outrun that.
No. Do you understand now why I don't go to the beach ever?
Yeah, I
I
don't
just
blame you.
don't.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna go to the beach because I love the beach. I'm
No, ma'am,
probably
no.
not going out as far as I did at one time.
I know. Listen, I know I'm so illogical. We don't even have anacondas here. I'm not even thinking about a shark. I'm thinking about freaking anacondas.
I'm not even
Okay.
thinking about snakes. I'm thinking about sharks and stingrays.
I'm thinking.
Fishes.
Ah.
Or like the mysterious crabs that are on like in the sand.
Yes, 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 yes.
Actually,
I've been bitten by one. I
So-
stepped on it. Yeah.
I don't know if it's true, but they actually have sand snakes now that they found in the beaches. I'm like, nope, I'm good. I will
I would
wear my rain
cry.
boots.
I would cry.
Okay, I'm gonna have to wear my rain boots with my bathing suit just to go to the beach. It would be that weird with that weird person. They're like, what the fuck is wrong with her? I'm like, oh, nope. I will.
Just gonna put
You
my
know
hot
what I'm
boots on.
imagining? I'm imagining Carla probably like she has her bathing suit, she has her rain boots, and she has those little umbrella caps on her head.
Like in Beetlejuice.
Yes. Wading the shallows. That's the funny.
Only in up as far as like her calf.
Yes. Oh my god.
That's probably as far as I would go. I don't. Okay. It's really weird because I'd rather go ghost hunting than go into water or the sand in the beach. That's how I'm afraid I am.
My husband makes me so nervous at the beach too. Like,
why?
he goes down under the water, like way out where like you could barely see him, and he's down under the water, and he's down there forever, and I just get so nervous. Like, I can't even watch him.
Yeah, no, that would give me the heebies too. I'd be too worried.
And then he's telling me about like all of the fish he saw, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to know about the creepy things in the water.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I think the last time I went in water, like in a lake, a fish like bit my toe, and I screamed like a freaking banshee, and I swam as fast as possible back to the tent. So I was like, nope, I ain't doing that shit anymore.
So here we swim in the quarries. And the only thing you gotta worry about touching you in the quarries is a dead body.
Oh my god.
I like waters.
Let me tell you about how many times.
Hey there, Black Cat Crossing fans. We just wanted to take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude. Thank you for tuning in and being a part of our community. Your support means the world to us. If you're loving this episode, don't forget to check out our other Black Cat Crossing outlets for even more thrilling content. Your continued support keeps us growing strong. Thanks again for listening, and now back to our exciting show.
We have heard that someone has been found dead in the quarry that we swam at, like, just days before.
I thought you were gonna say something so different, and I'm like, how many fucking dead bodies has touched your feet?
No. Hopefully none.
It's just like, hopefully something touched it, but I wasn't looking. Oh my god, I don't think I could. Because you can't really see the bottom of the quarry.
You cannot. Not at all. No.
Yeah. So definitely not going to do that. I can't go into.
Super dangerous to swim in them anyway. Like, you should definitely not swim in quarries. My dad bought a swimming pool to keep us home from going to the quarries.
Oh.
Which didn't work because we definitely still went to the quarries.
Oh god.
It's the adventure and the fun aspect of it.
I'm good. I rather sit at a cemetery than go swimming.
Well, I mean, we did that too. We live in the middle of nowhere. Like, there's not much to do.
Oh, well, I did that. I actually sat at the cemetery at the beach.
Shut up. There is not a cemetery at the beach.
What?
Yes. I will take it the next time I go. I'll take a picture. On my lunch hour,
I would literally just live there.
Wait, hold on. No, wait. You cannot say that there's a cemetery on the beach.
Yes, it's along the whole stretch next to the airport. So there's the airport, then there's the stretch of road.
Okay, you know exactly where Barry and I are going as soon as we land.
Oh my god.
I don't know why, but I keep picturing like a hurricane coming and then
just washing all of them.
All the bodies away. You just come out of your house afterwards and there's just like bodies. I don't know why.
Most of them, I mean, they're dug deep. There's the concrete casing. There's those in creeps and stuff. I don't think I've ever heard of a time when the hurricane was so bad that it washed dead bodies up from there. It's literally on the beach. Literally, like I was sitting on the rocks of the edge of the cemetery. Literally to my back was a tomb, and I was watching. I was under a tree watching the waves come up to my feet. It's that close. It's right on the beach.
This sounds like the coolest place ever. Like, why are you not there every day? And why have we never gotten pictures of this before?
Yeah, like, what the fudge?
We have been friends for, like, ages now.
Right?
Next time.
She's just telling us that
because I don't ever... Okay, so how often in the whole time that we've been friends have you heard me say I'm going to the beach?
The past week.
Exactly. Just that one time.
Makes me question your sanity.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Live on an island paradise and you never go to the beach.
No. But next time I go, I'll take a picture for you guys.
Yes.
Shit. Oh my god.
Okay, we got so derailed.
We did. Okay.
Yeah.
As the relief vessel's crew scoured the desolate island of Eileen Moore, their search yielded no sign of the missing lighthouse keepers, James Ducat, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur. The isolation of the island, coupled with the eerie emptiness that greeted them, added an air of perplexity to an already chilling tale. The investigation took an even more puzzling turn when the lighthouse's logbook was brought into focus. The final entry, made on the very day the lighthouse ceased to shine, December 15th, revealed a cryptic message. Severe winds, the likes of which I have never seen before in 20 years. The seasoned keepers who had weathered 2 decades of the North Atlantic's fury expressed astonishment at the intensity of these winds. Their note seemed to convey a sense of awe or even dread, an emotion not easily evoked in individuals accustomed to the harsh conditions of the Flannan Isles.
So basically, isn't the biggest mystery is that they had a really bad storm?
Apparently more than they've ever seen in 20 years.
Yeah, so that would explain the crying,
Right.
so-called crying, and the so-called being more quiet. I don't know.
It still doesn't explain. It still doesn't explain the disappearance, though. Like, what did you guys do? Like, because they disappeared, the door was locked from the inside. Or if okay, here it is. If 2 oilskins were missing out of the 3 or whatever, maybe 2 guys went out. Maybe they heard something. They went out to check it out, and the one guy got scared, and he just locked the door in. But then it doesn't explain what happened to him inside.
Well, what if the 2 guys went outside and they were out there for a while, and so the other guy opened the door, looking to see if he could see anything. Maybe he stepped out and the door closed behind him.
Yeah, and then he got washed away in the waves that crashed against. That could explain.
I think that's a pretty good likely explanation.
Yeah. And then what if he got hit so hard with the waves that he got crushed against the railing, and then it washed him away into sea. See?
I just us solving mysteries.
See, we're good at our jobs, okay? We're good at this. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
We got a new career now.
We can solve unsolved mysteries in one sitting.
Exactly. We're very good at this.
We're basically Robert Stack.
Oh god. Okay.
All right. It's essential to understand the lighthouse keepers, by the nature of their occupation, were resilient to the battering winds and tumultuous seas. Their disappearance defied the expectations one might have for individuals so attuned to the capricious weather of the region. The mystery wasn't merely about the absence of the keepers, but also about their circumstances that led to their vanishing. However, a revelation by investigative journalist Mike Dash for the 14 Times brought a twist to the tale. These logbooks were not authentic. They were later additions, woven into the fabric of the long story after the events took place. The question then becomes, why were these fictional log entries introduced into the narrative? Did they serve to heighten the mystery, or were they an attempt to infuse a supernatural element into the story of the Flannan Isles lighthouse?
Dum dum dum.
Who would, why? Why would, especially, we literally just came up with a reason why they might have disappeared and the door been locked from the inside.
Yeah. Because don't you sometimes...
Oh, well, no. That was correct. The door was locked from the inside.
It would have been so easy to explain. This is the most likely scenario of what happened to them. Why would you add fake logbook entries?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Which is weird. They're covering something up.
That's what I'm thinking. Something must have happened. Maybe one murdered 2, one probably broken. Probably the crying guy. No. You know what? I shouldn't say that because he has a family out there. But it is possible that one person could not take it, like the psychological effects of what was happening at the time was too much, and they're trying to cover it up somehow or something. I don't know. So there are multiple theories, and of course they multiplied just like the waves crashing against the Flannan Isles cliffs. One prevailing theory suggests that the keepers were victims of the unforgiving sea that surrounded Island Moor, and some speculate that a colossal wave or an unprecedented storm could have swept them away, and that the keepers, overwhelmed by the ferocity of the storm, might have ventured out in desperation, facing an unfortunate accident. The harsh weather conditions, combined with the exposed location of the lighthouse, made it vulnerable to the wrath of the North Atlantic. You know what I just thought of?
Yeah.
As I was reading this? The winds can be super, super strong. Like, we're talking like maybe 200 miles per hour winds.
Yeah.
And it's very likely being 150 feet up off of the, sea level, I'm assuming, and being at the edge of the cliff like that, is very easy to probably have been swept right off like paper being blown in the wind.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, where was I? Okay, so the damaged railings near the cliff edge seem to support this notion, implying a struggle against the elements. Another chilling possibility is that the keepers met their fate while inspecting the cliff face. The rugged terrain and the perilous conditions might have led to a tragic accident. The absence of the essential oilskins raised questions about their preparedness for such a task, suggesting a certain urgency that propelled them into the dangerous terrain without proper protection. The logbook, meticulously maintained by the keepers, bears an entry dated December 15th. Much like what was said earlier, where severe winds, the likes of which I've never seen before in 20 years, these words echo through time, carrying the weight of the inexplicable phenomenon. Yet, when we turn to the records of the nearby weather conditions, an unsettling discrepancy emerges. The weather records, usually the objective arbiter of atmospheric conditions, paint a completely different picture. No storm of significance is documented on that particular day. Winds that left an indelible mark on their psyches were absent from the meteorological record. This inconsistency adds to the mystery, casting doubt on the very fabric of the story.
Well, wait
Did
a
the
second.
keepers notice?
Hold on. So, was that even like a true entry, or was it a fake entry that somebody put in?
That is why they're saying that they believe that the logbook entries were fake. Okay, so questions is basically what you did ask. So, did the keepers notice a meteorological event that eluded the tools of science at the time? Would this discrepancy suggest something more mysterious, like a disruption that goes beyond what meteorologists can explain? I don't even know where to go from there now, because it's like it's completely changed. It's completely changed the whole argument that we were having about what could be and what the disappearance was, and just everything. The Flannan Isles, known for their tempestuous weather, became the stage for a drama where the elements themselves seem to conspire with some kind of unidentified occurrence. However,
Aliens.
not all the theories.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, okay? Just saying.
However, not all theories revolve around the natural perils of the island. Some entertain the idea of foul play. Could the keepers have fallen victim to abduction?
Aliens.
Yo.
The notion that pirates or foreign spies could have targeted the lighthouse is as intriguing as it is unsettling. The isolation of Island Moor could have made it an ideal location for clandestine activities, but like many theories, this one lacks concrete evidence to support its claims. Among the myriad of theories, a thread of speculation hints at the supernatural. Some propose that the keepers were not claimed by the natural forces of the sea, but were taken by evil spirits that haunt the remote island. I couldn't get any evidence of what types of, activities that the locals or the natives or whatever would have experienced.
I was about to ask, what is your evidence that there's evil haunted spirits in
Okay.
There's always evil spirits.
The very isolation that made Island Moor a challenging post for lighthouse keepers also made it a canvas for tales of the supernatural. Another compelling theory suggests that aliens might be behind the mysterious disappearance. Could the lighthouse keepers have encountered something beyond our understanding? Something that defies the laws of nature? The idea of a close encounter on this desolate outpost adds a layer of science fiction to an already perplexing tale. The question remains, could the keeper's disappearance be attributed to forces beyond our comprehension? Or do these theories, captivating as they are, merely serve to embellish a story already steeped in intrigue?
Yes. Just
The weather, no, I mean, yeah, it does. Like, I don't even know what's happening now. It was a storm, but it wasn't.
I'm gonna say it's the freaking aliens, okay?
Definitely
They-
the aliens.
They just like to mess with people. Okay, they
They
make it
stopped
rain,
the time.
right?
They did the storm just on this island.
Right? And then they just took them away.
They could be living their best lives somewhere else right now.
They could be.
Exactly.
Or they could be getting probed.
That. Oh my god, that too. So the weather is the most mysterious aspect of the Flannan Isles Lighthouse mystery. The logbook, which we can't even believe right now anyway, mentions severe winds, but weather records from nearby locations show no such storm on that particular day. But as we draw a close to exploration of the mystery, the enigma persists, casting a shadow over the pages of the maritime history. Despite the passage of time and the advances in investigative techniques, the veils that shroud the fate of James Ducat, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur, side note, actually not MacArthur in real life, like this is really his first name though, remains firmly in place. The Flannan Isles Lighthouse itself, standing stoically against the harsh winds of the North Atlantic, has become a silent witness to a mystery that has endured for over a century. The chilling silence that envelops Eileen Moore is a poignant reminder of the inexplicable events that unfolded within its desolate embrace. The Flannan Isles Lighthouse mystery stands as a testament to the limits of human understanding. Despite extensive investigations, the truth behind the disappearance of the keepers still eludes us. The theories ranging from the plausible to the supernatural only serve to deepen the intrigue surrounding it. And the legacy of the mystery is not just in the mystery itself, but in the impact it has had on the collective imagination. It has sparked discussions, inspired creative work, and fueled curiosity for generations. In that day, I'm going to plug in, there's actually a movie inspired by the event called The Vanishing, which was released in 2018. I think we should probably try to watch it. I'm curious about it.
Ooh.
That
kinda
sounds
am.
good, yeah.
And it does. The unanswered questions become a part of the law, a narrative that continues to captivate and perplex. So whether the truth will ever be unearthed or the mystery of the vanished keepers will forever remain concealed in the depths of the Atlantic is a question that will linger. The Flannan Islands Lighthouse stands as a sentinel, not just guiding ships, but also bearing witness to an unresolved chapter in maritime.
That brings us to the end of today's episode of the Flannan Islands Lighthouse Mystery. Thanks for joining us this week on Black Cat Crossing. We hope we gave you something to mull over, discuss, and ultimately enjoy. Before we sign off, we would like to give you a gentle reminder of our exclusive short horror stories available only on supporters on Ko-fi or Patreon. Your support helps us keep going, and anyone who becomes a tier member automatically gets a special tag with their tier name and special perks in our Discord server. Yes, we have a dedicated Discord server for our little BCC coven. Come hang out with us and get to know the people behind Black Cat Crossing. Be sure to visit our website www.blackcatcrossing.co. Drop us an email at blackcatcrossingzabs@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at Black Cat Crossing Podcast or Twitter at Black Cat Crossing 2. or head over and follow the Facebook page Black Cat Crossing Podcast. We will see you again
In the unknown.